Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to day 57 of commercial diving school. This week we're welding all week. So for today, I'm going to tell you all about our welding day for today. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and leave any comments or questions for me down below. So for today, we took our tests first thing in the morning on all of the information that we learned yesterday, and I got the results back and I passed the test so I can move forward. So right after the test, we got all of our tools. Now about six people got to burn, and then everybody else got to weld. So for their tools, they got their welding torch, and then they could head outside. Everybody got their proper PPE, so their jacket, and I don't know if you noticed, but the jackets actually leave a stain on your shirt. So I remember back when the other classes were doing welding, when we were, newer students, we would always see them and their shirts would be yellow and everything. So it's kind of cool, like we're there now and our shirts are yellow and everything. So I don't know why that happens. I guess it just, the material, like the leather or like a stain on the jacket or whatever. But anyways, you get your welding hood and your gloves and your chipping tool and your wire brush and everything, and then we headed outside. And then the instructor showed us, basically how to, turn on and set our welding machines. And then the other instructor took the six guys that were burning with the torch over and showed them how to set up and everything like that. And I guess the videos that we watched yesterday were pretty informational because those guys were able to set up their torches and start burning like right away. They already kind of had a feel for what to do. So anyways, we basically picked a station, and then we got our stinger and our ground, and then we hooked up our leads and then to our welding machine. And there's welding machines for everybody, so everybody gets their own. There's actually an area where it's like booths, where I think there's six booths in a row, and then those welding machines are by the booths. And then everybody else's are kind of, to the side, and those welding machines go to, basically there's, I want to say like 10 like metal tables, like huge tables, like plenty of room for everybody to have their space to work and everything. And then we started welding with 70-18 rods. We were using 85 amps. Some people even tried turning theirs down to 80. I tried it and it wasn't really working for me, so I turned it back up to 85. But we just started basically running beads. And so I was actually surprised, like my little tiny bit of welding experience actually helped to where like I remembered that I can like run a bead. And what I was using before I went to school, I used 60-10 rods, and apparently those are a little bit harder to use than the 70-18. That's what I was being told, so I guess, that has something to do with it. But I started running my beads and everything. A little bit about like what you're welding on. They have like a recycle bin where it's just any scrap metal that it gets discarded like at any time during school or whatever, like gets thrown in this bin. And so that's the material that you have to weld on. And there wasn't really any like good choices to choose from. What I mean by that is, like, in the scrap bin, we were like digging through there, like trying to find like a good piece to weld on. And what ended up happening is we found like a big square piece of flat sheet metal in the bin, and I think it used to belong to like a ladder or something like that. And so I asked like the guys that were burning, like, hey, can you burn me off like a square or whatever? So that's where I got my material. So I don't know if you guys are thinking about going to school, and especially at CDA, like definitely try to get yourself like some nice pieces of metal, because it's gonna make your work look a lot better. You're not gonna be welding on like just anything. Like there was pretty much all the material was like already had welds on it. And so if you have a nice fresh piece, like it's gonna help you out a lot more. Also, my experience, like I don't want to say that you need experience going to school, because a lot of guys, they have none. There are some guys that were just starting out and looking exactly how I looked when I first, struck my first arc and everything. So definitely you don't need experience, but I will say that the experience I did have helped tremendously. Like I started, way beyond like the first stages, but we were welding the whole entire day. So that's so much time, and school helps out a lot because of rods, because I guess rods, are expensive. So when you're learning how to weld, like you're gonna be going through rod after rod after rod. And at school, like welding the entire day, like you have the entire day to weld off of someone else's machine, using their electricity, burning their rods and everything. Like you're gonna get experience, and you're gonna definitely learn how to get better and stuff like that. And so where I started, I definitely improved. What I did was, after I got, beads running like straight and everything, I started going like kind of stacking the beads. And so I started like trying to get better at that. I actually have a piece from when I was welding today. I brought it home to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Please do not make fun of my welds. If you're a welder and you think my welds look horrible, like please, like, like I'm just starting out. I'm no expert at all. Like they're okay for a beginner, but I don't want like to be embarrassed or anything. But so this is kind of what I'm talking about with the piece of metal. Like you can, like I basically had to get this burned, and then like there's like parts like that, so it's not going to be perfect, the pieces that you're welding on, but it's also scrap metal, so it's free. So I mean, take it or leave it. But this is kind of like my earlier beads that I was running. Yeah, so I was just starting out, and then I basically started stacking them. And then this is kind of where I ended up. Don't pay attention to this bottom one right here. That kind of got off track a little bit, but if you kind of cover that up and look at the rest, they're pretty straight. They're pretty uniform. They're pretty stacked on each other. The instructor was telling me to make them a little bit tighter than this, because you kind of want to run your finger across them and make them and have them be kind of flush, because that's going to be useful for patching things and everything. So once I got that down, I started doing like vertical, and I've never done vertical beads before, and it was tough. Like let me tell you, like I could not get it. Like I was dripping. Like I was going up with my tool. I was going up, and it would drip down, and I could not get like a good, and the instructor even showed me like how to do it right and everything. But that's another thing, is there's 23 of us, but there's only one instructor, so it's kind of difficult for the instructor to go around to everybody. But he was doing a really good job of getting to everybody. And so he was kind of showing me how to run it, and his looked good obviously, but when I started to run mine again, it looked horrible. So I can do like straight, like on something like flat, but as soon as you go vertical, I definitely need more practice on that. So I'm definitely going to work on that this week. And we still got to decide what our project is going to be. And also with my video, I'm definitely going to try to get footage, but one thing about that is I asked for today, and the instructor said, I don't want any distractions right now. since this is the first day that we're welding. So I want to say no for today. So I didn't get any footage for today, but I definitely want to do it later in the week because I know you guys kind of want to see that kind of thing, to what it looks like and everything. So yeah, so definitely ask me any questions if you have any more questions. But I just also wanted to say that we do get we get two 30-minute breaks, and that's not including lunch. So we took a break around 10, and then we went until 10:30, our break until 10:30, and then we came back, and then at lunchtime we took our lunch break, and then at 2 we took another 30-minute break. So you do get breaks. You definitely want to hydrate because it was super duper hot and we were sweating, and you just want to hydrate. So I kept a water bottle on me, and I was just like downing like water bottles just to stay hydrated and everything. But the whole point of this is to improve, and I definitely want to improve, and I definitely saw some improvement, definitely with the trying out. But I didn't get to burn or cut with the torch yet. So maybe that's going to be later on in the week, but I'll let you guys know. But definitely let me know if you like this video by leaving a like, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, and let me know if you have any questions for just let me know, guys, and leave any comments if you have any comments. Definitely be nice about my welds if you have any comments. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. More on the rest of the welding stuff this week, and hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video. Peace.